Hello, everybody. You are listening to Ring the Bell Radio, a wrestling podcast. I'm JD. Over in his hermetically sealed box, which is a studio within the studio, is the king of wishful thinking, Logan.
Ahoy, hoy, my loyal followers.
How you doing, Logan?
I'm living the dream.
You doing
living
good?
the dream in the box. I'm basically Doctor Who.
You didn't face plant on your way in today?
No, I did not.
Okay,
No,
so
I'm
for those
fine
of you,
today.
Yes. For those of you wondering, he is okay. Nothing was broken. He was looked out by a doctor after last week's debacle. So
yes.
And this evening we're going to be discussing SummerSlam 1993.
No, we're not.
No, I'm sorry. I misspoke. Survivor Series 1993. I happened to have a note from last week right in front of me. It was wrong, and so I read it. I knew the year, so okay. So Survivor Series 1993, we're going to be discussing tonight. But before we do that, as you know, Rabbi Barris is not here. He's out on his rabbi tour. And Rabbi will be calling in a little while here.
All right, let's do this. Pay-per-view in review. Survivor Series 93.
Okay. So, shut up.
God.
So, Survivor Series 1993, I guess you could say, is the next pay-per-view in our little series of pay-per-views that we're going to be talking about. Do you just want me to run through the match card real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to? I don't have to do the dark matches. I don't
No.
think. Okay. Yeah.
No.
Okay. So, Survivor Series 1993 match card. It starts out with an 8-man tag team elimination match. And on the heel team is Adam Bomb, Diesel, Erwin R. Shyster, Rick Martel, and on the good guys team is Marty Jannetty, Randy Savage, Razor Ramon, and the 1-2-3 Kid. So that was the first match. The second elimination match was the Hart family, which comprised of Bret Hart and his brothers, Bruce Hart, Keith Hart, and Owen Hart, versus Shawn Michaels and his Knights, which was obviously Shawn, the Black Knight, Blue Knight, and the Red Knight. Then you had the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Tag Team Championship match, which was the Rock and Roll Express versus the Heavenly Bodies. You made a weird face at me there, Logan.
Well, it sounded like you was falling off your chair.
No.
You're like, the heaven.
Yeah, okay. So you had the next elimination matches. You had Bam Bam Bigelow's team, which was Bam Bam, your favorite person, Bastion Booger, and the Head Shrinkers versus 4 Doinks. But we will tell you who the Doinks were when we get to that match. And then the final match of this pay-per-view was the All-Americans. Granted, they were the only ones that actually had a team name in this match, which was Lex Luger, the Steiner Brothers, and The Undertaker versus the Foreign Fanatics. Crush Jacques of the Mounties, Ludwig Borga, and Yokozuna. So there was your match lineup for the evening.
So I don't want to spend like loads of time like going over each of the matches.
No, I mean we have to mention them all, but
yeah. I mean, so let's talk about the first match. I'm just going to call it Razor Ramon and IRS, okay, because that's the 2 teams basically. So
hold on. Who was the captain? It was Razor
IRS.
And IRS was the captain?
Yes, he was the captain.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that. Okay, go ahead.
So the first 3 minutes of this match are absolutely beautiful. It's Razor Ramon and who is it? Was it
Model? It was the model that started off. Razor and the Model.
Razor and the Model. There was some great like Greco wrestling, like arm bars, takedowns, stuff like that. It was absolutely fantastic. And then And again, model Rick Martel, such an underappreciated wrestler. Guy
Well,
can
we
move in the ring
appreciate
like
him
crazy.
now.
Yeah,
We
we
look
do
back at him
definitely.
and didn't realize going, "Oh my god, how good of a wrestler he was." We said that on last week's show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a great first match into the pay-per-view. I can't state that anymore. In fact, this is my favorite match of the entire pay-per-view.
The thing that I thought was hilarious out of this match is when they decided to put the Kid versus Adam Bomb.
Yeah.
Because the Kid literally looked like a kid. And what did Bobby Heenan? Oh, and I want to tell you something. The commentary on this pay-per-view was priceless from Bobby Heenan.
God, it was.
McMahon's just being McMahon, but Bobby Heenan was on a roll.
Yeah. And
Because
some of it was just so bad.
yeah, bad that it's good. Like, oh my, like bad as in he would say something and it wouldn't be like, oh, that was stupid. Bad as in he would say something and we would just look at each other and be like, holy shit, you know. But overall, the tone, the pace, the wrestling in the match was fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go through every single person that was in, but there were key points in it where especially I think there was something with IRS.
Razor's Edge.
The Razor's Edge, because IRS, he's not a heavyweight, but he's not a small guy. I mean, there's muscle on him.
Yeah.
And Razor was able to give him the Razor's Edge, and I think, what did you say? You were like, no, he's not going to be able to pick him up. It's too much mass. No,
Exactly.
he picked him up.
He picked him up, and he did
picked
it
him up.
pretty easy as well.
Yeah. The only thing that I found interesting is Jannetty didn't have too much to do in this match, which is odd for that time. I just thought he would have been a little more involved. He did hang out on the apron. I don't think he wrestled in that match 6 minutes total. It was only a couple of minutes while everyone else was getting their ass beat. But and I think it came down to, what was it? Kid and Jannetty versus Bomb, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they obviously ended up beating him, and it came out to where Razor's team, the survivors, were Jannetty and the 1-2-3 Kid. But overall, the match was fantastic. And I said this to Logan when we were sitting there watching it, is because it's been so long since I've actually watched this, I don't remember a lot of what happened. So it's like we were watching it for the first time again.
Mm-hmm.
And we were both like, oh man, if this is setting the tone for the whole pay-per-view, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that first match. If you're going to watch any of, I mean, I'm not telling you which one to watch. If you're going to watch any of the elimination matches from this pay-per-view, the first one's the one you want to see. The second match is the Hart Brothers versus Shawn Michaels and his Knights.
Okay, first of all,
go ahead.
I've got to interject here. Okay, by far, this is the worst match on the card. Hands down.
It was just, it slowed down. It slowed things down.
Yeah, and the whole presenter from Family Feud being on it,
he bombed.
He bombed so much. It was like people were just chatting to each other, going out to get a beer. Just nobody cared, all right? And these jokes were just, you could hear the crickets going off in the background.
But he had to do it. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, his commentating when he got into it with Bobby Heenan was great.
Yeah.
But Bobby Heenan saved this match, okay? Because it's not a good match, okay? It's not. You could see the ring rust on the two Hart brothers.
Keith and Bruce. I mean, at that time, it was probably 4 or 5 years for both of them. Probably 4 years for one guy, 2 years for another guy.
I mean, it was. You could see the ring rust. I mean, it wasn't. It just wasn't good. It wasn't. I didn't like it at all. Now, interesting things that I will say with the Knights, okay, not because of the wrestling they did, because they were just there to get beaten up, basically. You were right. The Blue Knight was Greg Valentine.
Okay. I always speculated that one.
Yeah. Obviously, we all know who the Red Knight is. Our great friend Barry Halowitz. He
Yes.
was the Red Knight, and the last knight is the Black Knight.
Barry told us who that was. I just don't remember. I think it was
Jeff
a local.
Gaylord.
I think it was a local guy, wasn't he?
Yeah,
That
he
they needed.
only ever wrestled in that match for WWF. He was like an independent come in.
They
We
needed
need
someone.
someone.
Yeah.
That was it basically. But yeah, he did a lot in WCW.
Did he?
Yeah, actually he was tag team partner with Jeff Jarrett. He was he was known as Akeem Hassan.
Oh, I don't
He was the Black Knight. There's a whole bunch. The Hood, the masked wrestler in the
The
late
Hood.
80s.
So he likes to wear masks. Okay.
He was teamed up with Stunning Steve Austin. We all know
Ooh.
who that is.
Who is that? I
Um,
wonder.
he was in an 8-man tag match with Texas Tornado, Jeff Jarrett, Bill Dundee, Eric Emberley, Percy Pringle back in 1990. He did a lot of stuff.
All right.
You know, it's really weird because a lot of these people who we were like, yeah, we're going to have to look this guy up. You know, I'm sitting there going like, holy shit, this guy did tons of stuff.
You know what the terrible thing is for his gig at the Black Knight, he probably got like $50.
Yeah, probably.
No, seriously, he wasn't in the match long. It's just like, hey, we need someone. You want to come here? And at that time, it's, hey, WWF called me. They want me to be this guy. Of course, I'm going to say yes.
Exactly.
You know, and then, but the thing is, we don't know. All we know is that's the only time we ever saw him on TV. All we know, Vince, he could have worked for Vince doing house shows or dark matches for the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, he never went anything past the Black Knight with
Nope.
Vince. But you were saying Bobby Heenan's match. Bobby Heenan's commentary was hilarious.
Oh my
Ray
God.
Combs would say something, we're going, oh, here's Keith Hart, he's the fireman. And then you hear Bobby Heenan go, he's a fireman? What? Huh? I got to write this down. Ray Combs would say, oh, yeah, he's a fireman. He's a professional fireman. He makes a good living and he enjoys what he does. And then Bobby Heenan's like, okay, now who did you say this was? Carmen? Stuff like that. You got to hear it. You just got to hear it.
It was, some of it was just savage, though.
Okay.
It was savage burns.
Bobby Heenan would say something. How many of the kids did the Hart family have? What did he say? 12? And McMahon would go 12, and Bobby Heenan would go, oh, one of each. Stuff like that. But anyway, the match itself was very. It was very bland.
Yeah, I think the best line I liked was, he taught all of his kids to wrestle. Shame he only had girls.
Yeah. Or it was something to the effect. He's like, I went up to Stu the other day, and I said, you must be very proud of your boys. And he went, I have boys? Yep. Something like that. I mean, Bobby Heenan was right on with it. But
it was a very slow match.
It was slow. It lasted too long. I mean, it didn't mean I didn't enjoy it, but overall, it was slow. I mean, there were some good spots wrestling in there, especially with Owen. I mean, they all had their moments. I wouldn't say so much the Knights. They really didn't do much, even though one of them was 2 of the 3 Knights were veterans. There were the moments, but overall, it just wasn't. I mean, our opinion where it was slow. There just wasn't pizzazz to it. Okay, we're just going to come out and say we started to get bored after a while watching this.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next on the list, we've got the Heavenly Bodies, Jimmy Del Rey.
Jimmy Gigolo
Del Rey, and Dr. Tony Pritchard. And Jim Cornette, who actually had a tennis racket.
He did.
Yeah. They were fighting the Rock and Roll Express, Rick and Robert. No, it's Robert Morton, right? And
Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson.
Gibson, that's it.
Yeah.
Which were from Smoky Mountain.
The Smoky Mountain promotion, which was actually Jim Cornette's promotion. Okay, so Jim Cornette had the promotion going on. And this is where I think I told you, I was just like, don't say Vince will never be in cahoots with another organization, because it has happened before with Smoky Mountain, ECW, early 90s, or I'd say about 95. And then he had that partnership with the NWA for a while, where NWA was actually wrestling on WWF TV. But anyway, as much as I like the Rock and Roll Express, looking back at this match now, and I even thought this all those years ago, it's like the crowd didn't care at all. If you watch this match, what did I say to you? No one's cheering them. No one's booing them.
Yeah.
Like if you just look at the demeanor, it's just the crowd didn't care. And I don't know why that is. I mean, you had Jim Cornette there, who was already here. He had Smoky Mountain. So they had a Smoky Mountain match on a WWF pay-per-view. Okay, maybe it was because, I mean, people have to know. I don't care what wrestling, at that time you're a wrestling fan, you know who the Rock and Roll Express are. Heavenly Bodies, maybe not. That's 50-50. But and it was a good match.
It was.
The match was fantastic. Good wrestling, some good technical wrestling. I don't want to say there was high flying, but there were some aerial moves. The Rock and Roll Express were moving at 100 miles an hour like they always do. And even if you watch them wrestle today, they haven't lost a step. They're still wrestling at 100 miles an hour. This happened in 93. You watch Rock and Roll Express in 2021, you're going to see the same match. They're not going to be – the only thing that's different is they're older. They're not slower. Does that make sense?
That's incredible, yeah.
Yeah. I just don't – we were sitting there. I think we were discussing this, Logan. We were like, why did the crowd check out during this? Why do you think?
Again, I think it's one of those things where if you're going to bring someone new to the table or something from a new promotion, you can't just dump them in there and be like, here's the good guys and the bad guys, because people have to invest in wrestlers. They have to invest in storylines. If I've never heard of these people before and I'm a 10-year-old kid and I'm there to watch The Undertaker or, the boss Bastion Booger.
The Booger Man.
Yeah. Like, I'm invested in those people. I don't know who these people are in front of me. And as a 9-10-year-old, I'm not going to care.
Me personally, I knew who the Rock and Roll Express were. But for me personally, I thought it was pretty cool. I went, there's the Rock and Roll Express. They're in WWF now. Whoa, this is cool. And then here come the Heavenly Bodies. I went, who are these guys? But I know I'm repeating myself. The crowd just checked out. I think I told you last night, I was just like, this is when everyone's going to get their beer. You can see it in the crowd. Everyone's up walking around.
Yep.
But we do highly recommend this match to watch.
It is a good match.
I know we're being kind of transparent on here just talking about these matches, but I mean, we're not going to tell you every single move they do, but it is a fun match to watch. It's a nice it's a genuine tag team wrestling match because both teams, you can obviously tell, are veterans. They know what they're doing. They put on a great match. There's some nice scientific wrestling in this match. And then if you look closely, you'll see Jimmy Gigolo Del Rey doing his little hip wobble or what it is,
Another cool thing about this match was at this point in the pay-per-view, Vince McMahon and Bobby Heenan had moved over to do WWF radio. So they swapped with Gorilla Monsoon and Jim Ross. You can hear a very young Jim Ross commentate on the match, and it works so well because Gorilla plays the bad guy, the heel, the color commentator, but when he says things, you're like, what's Gorilla Monsoon? He can say whatever the fuck he wants. Well, it's great. It was a good turn, a good little twist there. All right, moving on. I'm gonna use my Card on this match.
What's the card? Oh, I had to look at to see what the next match was. Dude, this was a fun match. You kidding me? It was fun. It was nasty at the beginning, but it was fun. Come on.
The only fun thing about this is just seeing how big Mabel is. And when he
Okay.
lands a leg drop, that
on.
ring moves.
So the next match was Bam Bam Bigelow, Logan's favorite wrestler, Bastion Booger, and the Head Shrinkers, Fatu and Samu. And then you had the Four Doinks, which everyone thought it was going to be 4 clowns, but you had Men on a Mission, which is Mabel and Mo, and the Bushwhackers come down, which they were dressed in their regular attire, but they had clown faces on. They had the Doink makeup on, right?
Yeah.
Can I tell the story that you told last night?
Go for it.
Okay. So Bam Bam's team gets down there. They're all shoving, as they're walking down to the ring, they're shoving just food in their mouth. Afa and the Head Shrinkers and Bastion Booger are all they have a turkey carcass that they're just chewing on. There's a banana like smashed on the top of Booger's head. They get down to the ring, and he's like, Bobby Heenan's like, Afa is chewing on the carcass of something. Bastion Booger, his t-shirt doesn't even fit. So anyway, the whole time they're wrestling, all they're worried about getting this food, like the Thanksgiving supper that they carried down to the ring with them.
Mm-hmm.
So Bastion Booger's in. The whole time we're just going, this is horrible. Look at Bastion Booger. That is so nasty. That's nasty. And what's the first thing Logan says? Dude, look between his legs. And I went, no.
I have to give context on this, all right?
All right, whoops, I just hit my microphone.
All right, so he's wearing this outfit that basically looks like a pink version of like an S&M like chain kind of bondage suit on. It looks terrible. Okay, now where his legs are, he is a big man. All right, he is a very big man.
Fat.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to say that,
I said it. You didn't have to say it. I
fine.
said it.
All right. Well, anyway, this leotard thing that he's wearing, it like goes almost into a goddamn thong between his legs. It looks like crazy. So, like, I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, rest of this story real quick before we try and skip over this match. So I looked up Bastion Booger. Okay. He was a quite prolific guy in WCW.
Who, Booger?
Yeah, Norman the Lunatic in WCW.
Oh, yeah. The crazy guy, Norman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen to this. This is from his Wikipedia. All right. So in April 93, Shaw, that's his real name, was joined the World Wrestling Federation as an alternative. Okay. He was the Friar and Friar Ferguson.
I remember that. Friar Ferguson.
Mad Monk. Okay. But apparently they received negative feedback from the Catholic Church of New York. So they dropped the character.
Wow.
Shaw was then allegedly, as punishment for his weight, given the ring name Bastion Booger with the gimmick of an unkempt, slovenly, gluttonous man who'd wrestled in a dingy, too small, grey beige singlets tailored to give him the appearance of a hunchback. Like, that's terrible.
It is, and it was bad. It was bad.
It was bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, but he was a prolific wrestler, and he still was. He came back to Raw's 15th anniversary as Bastion Booger. Okay, I remember that. But yeah, he went back to the independent circuit and retired after that. But I mean, he was wrestling since 1980.
Yeah, he was wrestling a while. I knew that.
Yeah, all the way up to 2009. I mean, hot dang.
But if you want to see a match that's, I think it's just fun. Watch this match where it's the Doinks versus Bam Bam. All I'm going to have to say is Mabel's leg drop.
Yeah.
Watch it for the leg
it's
drop. That's it.
impressive. It is impressive.
And he did that on Booger, right? Oh, people can't see this, but I'm doing right now.
Oh, the dance.
The Booger
Yeah.
Man's dance.
That
Just
was pretty
imagine
funny.
a fat guy swaying back and forth going, yeah. And then he falls down on the person.
That's how I dance.
I've seen you dance. It's better than the Booger Man.
Hot dog. Yeah.
Somewhere in the city. Yeah.
All right. So the next match. Wait, I've lost my match list. There we go. Next match was. This was the finale of the night. Okay. You've got the All Americans. So you've got Lex Luger, the Steiner brothers. That's Rick and Scott Steiner, and the Undertaker, obviously with Paul Bearer. They fought the Foreign Fanatics, Crush, Quebecer Jacks, which was the Mountie, Jacques, Rousseau, Ludwig Borger, and Yokozuna. Okay, so it is a long match.
It is.
It is a lot. It's nearly half an hour long.
But I got a problem.
Go on.
Why is Crush on the Foreign Fanatics when he's from Hawaii?
No idea. No idea. I think we kind of raised our eyes about that as well.
Because you got a Japanese, well, quote unquote Japanese sumo wrestler, a guy from Finland, a French Canadian, and then you have a Hawaiian.
Mm-hmm. Technically,
last time I checked,
he was Hawaiian as well.
Oh, he's Samoan. Yeah, but no, I'm just saying, going by the kayfabe.
Yeah, by the kayfabe. But it was not an impressive match.
No,
it really
wasn't that great.
No, but I tell you the best bit, Undertaker.
He just stood on the side of. He didn't move for like 15 minutes.
It was great.
Literally, he didn't move.
He didn't, like, every time somebody went to tag, he didn't put his arm out or anything. He just stood there in the same position. It was awesome. And then finally he puts his arm out to for a tag, and you get the biggest pop of the night in the arena.
Yeah. He wasn't even in the match 5 minutes.
Yeah. He goes in, and this classic Undertaker, he, smacks people around, smacks them on the ground. They get up, they beat him a bit. He does the sit-up thing. Okay. Yokozuna does a big splash on him. Is that what it's called? The big splash?
You mean in the corner?
Yeah.
That would be like an avalanche. The big splash would be like if he's laying on the mat and he just
he does it. Yeah, I got it. So he does like his move in the corner, the bonsai drop, I think it's called. All right. So he does that on Undertaker, and everyone's like, he's dead. End of story. He goes to do it again. Undertaker sits up.
Yeah.
Second biggest pop of the entire pay-per-view. Like, it was cool. Watch the Undertaker bit. The rest of the match was so slow.
Well, he also did that thing where they were on the outside of the ring where him and Zuna got counted out, where Zuna mashed his head into the steel steps, and as soon as he did it, he went clunk, and then that's where Taker did that thing where he flips his hair back and goes and just looks at him, and you're like, oh, old school,
Yeah,
but
Yokozuna's just eyes pop out of his head.
He's going great. Who? Yeah,
it was great. But anyway, pretty much everyone gets eliminated either by counting out or pins. In fact, two people, I believe, got the count out. No, 3. Yokozuna. Crush.
Oh, that's right. Crush
went after Savage. Yeah. So Savage came down. Crush went after him. He got counted out. Yokozuna got counted out. Undertaker got counted out. Anyway, it comes down to Lex Luger and Ludwig. And
Ludwig Borger.
I tell you, Ludwig Borger was a good wrestler. He's got some good moves.
He was.
He did some good wrestling, but it was just boring by that time. I'd just been drained.
Yeah.
And the energy that I had done, I had just given to the Undertaker. So
Well,
I
of
had nothing.
course.
I had nothing left here. Anyway, Luger drops the flying metal elbow thing in his head, and he wins. And then Santa Claus comes down.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. I'm
pretty
like,
much.
what? This is a Thanksgiving, mate. Come on.
Well, it's
just
the
come
beginning of the
on.
Christmas season, you
Well,
know.
why
I mean,
Santa Claus there? Get back to the North Pole and get making them presents. Christ, you ain't got time to be at WWF.
or was that Santa Claus
Ooh.
from the South Pole?
No,
I
it
don't
was.
Oh yeah, we just talked about that. It was. So
I mean, all in all, I still say the first match.
oh, no one can touch that first.
You know,
match.
no one could touch it. It was great wrestling. It really was. I hoped it had set the pace, like JD had said, for the rest of the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It disappointed. After the first match, there was nothing there that really grabbed our attention that much.
I'm seeing the phone line light up, Logan.
It's about that time, isn't it?
I think it's about that time. I think it's the Rabbis. The Rabbis.
The Rabbis.
Rabbi Barris. I think that's Rabbi and Barris. I just accidentally combined there. I'm gonna start calling him the Rabbis.
Rabbis.
So hey Rabbis. Is that you?
That's a pretty cool nickname. I think I'm gonna like that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start calling you Rabbis now. The Rabbis. Yeah.
We could do like a t-shirt like the Hulk Hogan Rip 'Em t-shirt and just Rabbis.
Oh, nice.
Like a tie-dye kind of shirt.
Love it. Yeah, you heard it here first, guys. Get your Rabbis t-shirts.
Hashtag WWX.
What's the matter with you?
Don't because I've got a wrestler called Rabbish as well, and it is totally not what you think it means.
It sounds like it should be a disease. I got the Rabbis.
Oh no, no, don't do that to it.
Right.
Sounded badass before that.
Okay, Rabbi. Okay, Rabbi Rabbis. This is your weekly check-in from your tour.
Yep.
So have at it.
As you can hear, I'm just waking up. It was one heck of a party.
Dude, it's
So
like
I'm
8
hoping I
o'clock
got
at
it.
night.
I know. The next day too. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's how hard we party, man.
Wow.
I'm going hard for the second Rabbi. So
Wow.
gotta go ham. Can't do anything less.
Where are you this week, Rabbi?
Yes.
I was in Hump Tulips, Washington.
What?
Say that again.
Hump Tulips, Washington.
You're all the way in Washington State.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
put
quick.
you put some miles on you because you were in New Hampshire or New England last week. Wow. Wow.
He's traveling at the speed of Rabbi.
Yeah, he's in the Rabbis bus. So
we're trying not to do too much. I mean, this was a must because like if we go over a certain amount of miles, then there's extra miles added to the contract.
So let me ask you something. You sent me that picture of it. Looked like some sort of like a festival going on. I saw food vendors and lots of people there. That was from where you are in Washington, right?
Hump Tulips.
Hump Tulips. Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
We'll get that put out on social media there. How about that? That'll be up there.
I got you guys some t-shirts from the place. Welcome to Hump Tulips.
Nice.
Stuff like that.
That's WWX.com.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us what happened. I mean, I think we all know, but you got to tell us about your time there so far. Are you
during the day?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No.
No. I was going to say, are you still there?
Yeah.
My God, shut up, both of you. Barris,
I just woke up.
Rabbis, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
He was supposed to shut up, and then he told me to talk. I don't know what to do. So during the morning, had some interviews around noon, 1, local radio stations and news stations. Then in the afternoon, we had a festival. All the food trucks and everything. Had a wisdom booth, so you could come up and for $20, I'd give you wisdom.
$20.
$20 for wisdom. Wow.
Yep, and you get a free bottle. You got a free bottle of water with that. So
Wow.
So
How
it's
much
$20 for a bottle of water.
do, uh,
yeah, and some
So-
awesome wisdom.
so I'm gonna
Yeah, I
ask
know.
ballpark figure, how much did you make at the wisdom booth?
About between 45 and 5 grand, 4,500, 5 grand that day.
Wow.
Wow. Do you
Yeah,
set these booths up everywhere you go?
I think it's going to be a staple now. Yeah, because it works so well.
Have you ever
That
thought
came to me
about
when I.
franchising the booth?
Yeah, but then I can't be everywhere at one time, and I'm not gonna. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
like I'm better than Santa,
You
so I'm
can't
not
have
gonna have helpers around not being able to give proper wisdom.
you heard it here. The only place you can hear Rabbi Barris, who is better than Santa Claus. You heard it here.
wow.
Listen to this show.
Plug the show.
So all that money that you made has to go back into the program here, right?
Oh no, that's cash. That's that's
That's
He's
just
like,
cash. It's
what
just
was it called
cash.
in what was it called in don't tell the baby or grandma or the babysitter grandma's dead or whatever it was. It was petty cash. That goes in the Barris' petty cash fund,
I see. I see how this works.
aka club
Okay.
money.
Well,
Money.
so it sounds like Rabbis. It was another successful stop.
Yep.
And we will not know where you are until you check in next week, right?
Nope.
Has there anyone been flagging you down while you're on the road at all?
In certain places we have different skins on the bus. Because I know if I go through like a state of Ohio, I don't want to get pulled over. So I have Celine Dion's old tour skins for
Oh,
our bus.
okay. You threw
Yeah,
me off
because
there for a minute. I know what you're talking about
yeah,
now.
because no one's gonna pull Celine Dion over, so I'm
the,
good.
the
I
look
can't be
Logan
getting in
just
trouble.
gave me. The look Logan just gave me, and me gave him skins. We were like, oh, and then it took a
Tour
second.
bus.
And I was like, ah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
got
So
to stay in
okay,
hiding while on the road for certain reasons.
yeah.
They're
So
everywhere
okay,
is not Rabbi Bears friendly.
so okay, so you're over in the Pacific Northwest right now.
Yep.
As of let me see, what
Why do you say that? Like, I never got that with Americans. Okay, why do you say like Pacific Northwest? All right, why
because
don't you just
you're
say
over on the Pacific
Northwest?
because you're over
That's
on
like
the
the time
Pacific
zone too.
seaboard. That's the time zone. Pacific
No,
Northwest, you have Eastern,
yeah,
you have Atlantic, Mountain
you
Time, Central.
you don't say Northeastern Atlantic.
You could say
You
Middle
could if you
East too,
wanted
if you
to.
wanted. Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. So as of right now, which today is Friday, October 22nd, you are in the northwestern part of the United States. You
Yep.
happy, Logan? There you go.
Yeah.
For
I
all
got
you
that.
Americans, Pacific Northwest, now you know where I'm talking about. So we won't know where he's going to be until he calls in next week. So, but it sounds
I'll
like the
try to keep
tour's
the
going good.
mileage low.
You're having a lot of people coming out. You have the Lambo in tow,
Yep.
I'm guessing.
The
So,
Lambo got returned. It got returned, so we were good. I caught up with the bus,
oh,
and yeah.
You know what
okay.
you could do? Like, if there's a Rabby like weld tournament, okay, you could do like a weld tournament tour and like drive up to Alaska and then like rent like this gigantic barge to carry you across to the back of Russia. And
Only
then you could
26
literally
miles.
boom, boom, boom. Because like
Yeah.
you can get all the way back up to Greenland and then through the North Pole and then back down again. You could do an entire loop of the planet.
Wait,
You realize
Greenland was where the hot female hockey coach was from in Mighty Ducks 2. I
There you
might have to go to
Iceland.
Greenland.
There
Iceland.
Well,
you
no, she was
go.
from Iceland. I thought she was from Greenland though,
No,
where
it
there
was
was
Team
ice.
Iceland. Iceland. Greenland is
Wow.
covered with ice. Iceland is green because remember? Okay, we're
That
not getting
place
into the
was
Mighty
very
Ducks
nice.
now. What the heck?
She was hot.
She was.
That's all Rabbi cared about. You know, she was hot.
Considering she's like 60 now, but
Cher's 60
Yeah, that
and
was.
she's hot.
she's in her
Yeah.
70s.
She's still
But
hot.
Oh wow.
Look at Elvira. She's like 72, and she's still looking good. But anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
But it
See, I'm
sounds like
not
the
the only
tour's
one who
going
cares
good.
about this.
Yeah, no.
Oh, tour's going very well.
The tour's going very well. And so stay out of trouble, Barris. Rabbis.
That's what I'm trying.
You know, and you got your following after you. Or following, you know, you got your fans.
Oh, there are
So-
groupies who follow.
Groupies. That's the word I was looking at for you. So, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you never know where the Barris tour, the Rabbi tour, is going to show up. It could show up in your town. You don't know. Excuse me. So yeah, be on the lookout for our giant bus that may or may not say Rabbi's World Tour. It might say Celine Dion or like
Celine Dion 94.
Spinal Tap, or it might have a picture of
Limp
Logan on the side of the
Bizkit.
bus. Limp Bizkit. It might have a picture of Logan on the side of the bus. We don't
Good
know.
too.
You
Then
know.
everyone
King
would pull the
Logan,
bus
yeah.
over. Everyone
Yeah.
would pull the bus over. That'd be
Oh
worse.
man, what's your autograph?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I
understand.
mean, he is the king of wishful thinking.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's right, King. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Barris. Be good. Wear your
All right.
seatbelt. Drink milk. Don't run with scissors.
And one more thing before I go.
Yeah.
Next week on the show, when I call in,
Yeah.
I'm going to give some free wisdom.
Oh,
It's
Look
free
been a
forward
while.
to that.
wisdom.
It's been a
Hot
while
dog.
since we've had some wisdom on this show. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. Before you go, we have some news for you, Barris.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You received some very interesting mail.
Okay.
I don't know. I might let Logan describe this one here. He's going to read it.
If I
Okay.
can find it on my email, my
Do
God.
you have it? It should be in the exchange there.
This is a pleasant surprise.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Oh,
surprise. We
great.
had a discussion about this last evening, and we were
God.
debating on telling you or not, but we wanted to wait for you two were on the show.
Send,
But you
send it,
did. Okay.
send it to me again, quick.
You know,
Hold on
social
here.
media works with me, right? And we have what, 2 sites on Facebook?
Wait a
You
minute,
could hit me up
Logan.
on
You're
all
telling me
those.
you lost
Dude,
the email?
I literally, you don't understand how much fan mail I get. Right?
Okay,
My
hold on. I'm
personal
going to send
fan
it again.
mail.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. Logan can't locate the email. Gmail. Okay, I just sent it to you personally.
Okay,
Instead,
right.
it's not on the exchange here.
Okay, all right. I'm getting there.
Well, wait a minute. That was the wrong one. Sorry.
Oh.
That was the wrong
How
one. That
many
was
did-
the other guy.
How many did I get?
No. You only got one.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are making sure Logan has the email because he really wanted to read it. Okay, it is sending. It says sent. Did you get it?
What are you guys doing
Yes.
using Commodore 64s?
Okay. He's
There we
got it.
go.
You got it? Okay. He can give the little, yeah, you could lead up to this. Okay, Logan.
Okay. We need some music,
This-
though.
Give me some
Okay.
music.
I'll give
Right.
it some music. Here we go. Yeah.
This is from Jackson. Message. Barris. You donkey motherfucking bitch hog asshole fucking shit. You claim you are a rabbi. Let me see your credentials. That is legitimate, mate. That was 100% legitimate. That's all he says.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh.
That was great. That was great.
So that was your hate mail that you got. Someone wants to see your
Wow.
credentials as a rabbis.
I mean, you couldn't just ask. Like, you have to go through all the name calling in the beginning.
I know. So we thought you would enjoy that.
Yeah. Well, I will bring up my credentials and we'll have them posted here soon.
Okay.
And yeah. And then he'll have to write in and apologize.
Yes.
Ooh.
but-
So you heard
Okay.
it here. Apologies.
So okay.
Yeah.
That was hate mail to our one and only rabbi. and the rabbi is out on the road. So, Rabbi, be good.
Of course, he wouldn't do it when I was there. I saw him on the road
I
having
know.
fun.
You're on the
It's
road.
kind of a punk. It's kind of a punk move right there, but
I
hey,
know.
we'll get it taken care of. So rabbi style.
Ooh, rabbi
That's
style.
even better. It's even better than Gundam style.
Ooh, man, that's some Snoop level.
That's some Snoop level stuff right there.
Snoop level stuff.
So
Love
that is
it.
Rabbi Barris. He is out on the road, maybe coming to a town near you. Be on the lookout for the big tour bus. So, Rabbi, be good, be safe, spread your spiritual wisdom.
Oh yeah. All right, guys, take it easy.
Alrighty.
I'm out.
All righty. We'll see you,
Peace.
Rabbi. So let us know on send us an email or look us up on Facebook. What are your thoughts on this pay-per-view? Whether you've never seen it or you have seen it a couple times like we have, since it came out. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear your comments. Send us an email. We'll read your feedback on the air. Ooh.
Live.
So you can find us at ringthebellradio.com. Check that out. You'll be able to go there, see the big red button that says listen to the podcast. You'll be able to listen to our whole library of podcasts, some of them dating all the way back to 2010. And if you really want to listen to them all, there's an episode in there, you can find it, where Logan scared away Paul Bearer from our show.
Yes, I did.
That was fun.
That's because I'm so powerful, like The Undertaker.
You weren't actually a part of the show yet. Then you were just a fan calling in.
Damn right, I was.
You
see,
were.
it was to be.
Yeah,
That was like 10 years ago.
That was like 10 years ago. So find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. As I said, did I say the email already? ringthebellradio@gmail.com. So, and tune in next week to hear where the Rabbi Barris, which I call him Rabbis now.
Rabbis.
To find out where he is in this great country of ours next week. Who knows? All we know, he could be in like Texas next week. You don't know. But I'm sure he's going to let us know. I don't have anything else, do you?
No, I'm good. Let's go.
You're good? Go. Where are we going?
Home.
We're going home? Okay.
Yes.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. That's what we always say. So, for the king of wishful thinking, King Logan over there.
Ahoy, hoy, or good night, night, and all the others in between.
Sometimes he dresses up and talks like a pirate. I'm JD.
I'm Logan.
He's Logan. Rabbi Barris is all the way in Washington State. You've been listening to Ring the Bell Radio. We'll see you.